Crown Zenith is an amazing set, we can't deny that, but there are some cards which are dropping in value, which are really great pickups from Crown Zenith, which I think are going to be great for your collection and for the long term, but also are falling in price, so now's a great time to pick some of them up. What are they? Let's get into it. Alright guys, Crown Zenith, we love opening it. In my opinion, it's one of the strongest sets to come out for a while. You know, I do feel like Brilliant Stars is very good. Kind of at that same level as Brilliant Stars. They're both kind of duking it out. This is a specialist set, not a normal set. So no booster boxes. Good pull rates. We've seen it, incredible pull rates. That's why we enjoy opening this set so much. The downside is when you have really good pull rates, the value of cards will drop. Don't expect cards to hold incredible value when they're easier to get a hold of, easier to obtain. You see with the sets like Celebrations, those cards are really easy to pull, and their values are shot. You know, they're not very valuable at all. So we've seen it quite frequently. There's always some outliers, you know, there's always some top cards, you know, Giratina in this set, or, you know, the Celebrations Charizard, things like that. Obviously, there's a few cards which are going to be the hardest to pull, but the other big chase cards in the set are quite easy to get hold of. So let's go and find out. First off, we have the Entei V. Now, I love this card. We've pulled it actually quite a few times on the streams. I think maybe 3 times. This one and the Raikou are definitely the most popular out of the legendary beasts. I don't think we've ever pulled Suicune. We've pulled multiple Raikous, multiple Enteis. This card has been dropping in value. I would like this in my own collection because it is my favorite doggo and it is awesome. I mean, $22 right now. It never was massively expensive, but it was around $30, close to $30, sitting around $28. 22 is pretty good. You know, it's one of the top end cards of the set. Isn't the easiest. I know I say we pulled loads, but it still isn't the easiest in the grand scheme of things. But this is still a really nice card to have in any collection. In fact, all 3 legendary beasts are really good for anybody's collection. I think they're really awesome. Raikou was going to be on this list as well, kind of alongside Entei, mainly because Raikou hasn't really held up its value. That's been dropping. Suicune has actually been staying pretty stable. Hasn't really gone around much, hasn't really gone up, hasn't really gone down. It's been quite steady. But Entei and Raikou have dropped. I put Entei in the list because it's my favorite, but they're both pretty much in the same price range as each other, and they kind of seem to be as frequent to pull as one another. Next up, we have the Pikachu. Now, this is actually from the Glaring Galleries. This isn't the secret rare. This is just the normal Pikachu itself. This is actually a card which isn't the easiest to pull, actually. I think we pulled a ton of others. Now, in the Japanese V-Star universe, this card was available in a God Pack. You know, when you got that chance to get the God Pack, you got all of the ones that are part of the same like artwork in the same collection as this Pikachu. However, in English, that's not the case. This card is sitting at around $9, which is actually pretty decent value for a basic Glaring Gallery card. Now, when I say basic, is, you know, the normal standard Glaring Gallery, similar to the standard Trainer Gallery cards that we get in the other sets. So this Pikachu actually holds a decent amount of value. Most Glaring Gallery cards are around that $3 mark. So for this to be $9 is pretty good. It is Pikachu. It's one of the reasons why it is holding its value. It isn't really going down much. I do expect this card to actually go up over time. I do expect this card not to be crazily expensive, but because it's Pikachu and it's not exactly the easiest out of the standard Glaring Gallery cards, I do feel like this is still a nice little cheap pickup for under $10, which I think will go a long way. Next, we have Cynthia's Ambition. Now, this is a trainer card from the Galarian Gallery. Now, I've actually pulled this in my first opening video of Crown Zenith, and Cynthia usually holds good value. We've seen Cynthia's Ambition in Brilliant Stars, and that was in the trainer gallery there in Brilliant Stars. That kind of held its value at around anywhere between $10 to $15. Not massively crazy at all. This is better artwork. We can 100% agree that the artwork on this one is way better than the one from Brilliant Stars. But then we'll also look at Cynthia from Hidden Fates. Now, I compare Crown Zenith to Hidden Fates quite a lot, and I do feel like Cynthia, you know, kind of is not kind of on that level, because you do get Garchomp in that artwork. Cynthia does hold good value, as we've seen from other sets, and people really like this trainer card. Like, this trainer card is something which people really, really like, and I like Cynthia as well, and that tends to hold good value and hold, you know, a place in people's hearts for sure. But this is nice. Now, we're looking at around $22. Now, this has actually dropped since I did my opening video. I think when I opened it, it was like $30. You know, so we're looking at around, yeah, 27, drop down to 22. I do kind of expect this to kind of level out at around $20. It might tick up. We'll have to wait and see. All depends on how much product of Crown Zenith comes out. There is going to be a lot more products being released, not just ETBs, but mini tins, collection tins, collection boxes, you name it, premium collection boxes, all sorts. So we do expect a lot of these single cards to drop in value. Some might actually go up, and we've seen that happen with some of the more top end cards, or they might just level out. We're starting to see this level out a little bit, so I do feel like this is going to be a nice trainer card for the long term. Coming number 2, we have the Glaceon V-Star from the Galarian Gallery. Now I would also probably put the Leafeon in here as well. Both of them have held incredibly good value. They haven't really dropped much compared to some of the other cards in Crown Zenith. They are not easy to pull. That's one thing I would say, is the Glaceon and the Leafeon aren't the easiest. We've pulled the Leafeon, we've never pulled the Glaceon. We have opened something like 200 packs of Crown Zenith, and we haven't seen the Glaceon. So that is quite interesting. $35 right now, you know, not bad. It actually ticked up. You know, it did drop to 33. It went up to as high as 39, nearly $40, and it is slowly on the back down on that decline. Maybe probably settle around 30, maybe 25 to 30. Who knows? If the pull rates are not as good for this card, same with the Leafeon, then I do expect them to go up. Leafeon is sitting around $40, so it's one of the more expensive cards in the set that isn't gold or a Mewtwo, but it is holding pretty well. Same with this Glaceon. Now, I absolutely love the artwork of this Glaceon. I think it's amazing. We've seen cards, obviously, in Evolving Skies of all the evolutions hold very good value, whether it be the Alt V, whether it be the Alt V Maxes. So I do expect these cards to also hold a pretty decent premium because they're evolutions and everybody loves them. Alright guys, before we get into the final pick, if you've made yourself onto the video, make sure to smash that like button, make sure you subscribe for more Pokemon content. Let me know guys down in the comments, what is your favourite card from Crown Zenith? And out of all these cards so far on this list, which ones do you have? Which ones would you like to pick up? And which one's your favourite? I have to admit, I want my boy Entei. You know, I haven't got it yet. Been a bit bad opening up some Crown Zenith. I only opened up like 20 packs myself. Obviously on the streams we were not over 200. But for myself, my own personal collection, I want to start cracking packs because this set is just such good fun. But what is number 1? It is a big one. It is an awesome card. And we've pulled it hell of a lot. That is the Secret Rare Pikachu. Now, this card is an interesting one. Now, before this set came out, a lot of people thought this was going to be the most expensive card in the set. My prediction coming into the release of Crown Zenith is I expected the Giratina or the Arceus to be the most expensive cards. Now, it ended up being that the Giratina is the most expensive. The Arceus is about, you know, between 2nd and 3rd place. Didn't expect the Mewtwo to be as good as it was. However, the Pikachu, not so much. This is actually a lot easier to pull than it is any of the gold Pokemon cards in the Galarian Gallery set, and it's, in all honesty, it's probably easier to pull than some of the other Galarian Gallery cards. This is the only secret rare in the main set of Crown Zenith, and we're looking at around $26, which is a lot less. This is a beautiful card, by the way, like really, really nice. We have pulled, I'm going to say maybe 4, if not 5 of these on stream so far, so probably about 5 out of 200 packs, so 1 in every 40 packs for this card. I mean, that's not easy. That's still a lot of packs. That's a lot of money. Whereas you can pick this up for under $30. That's pretty good, right? If you take a look at this, it did come out, you know, around $90. And then we started to realize the pull rates on this is actually quite easy. And this is where I talked about pull rates have an effect on value of cards. It's great to have good pull rates. Don't get me wrong. But when they're a bit too good or things come a little bit too easy, then things will become less valuable for the long haul because there's just a lot more of them out there. And we've seen that now with this Pikachu. This is still one of the biggest cards in the set. It is still a great card to pull, but it has dropped a lot of value since its release, and I do expect it to drop even more. I do expect this card to be around $20, but I do feel like you can pick this up for less than 26 right now. I have seen it over here in the UK. I've seen some people sell it for 20 and 21, 22. That's a good price to pick up as well. So this is a cheap card to get. If I don't pull it, I might just buy it myself. But like I say, I need to open packs to get this Pikachu. There you have it, guys. Those are great cards that are in Crown Zenith that you could pick up right now for a decent price. Now, some of them I do expect to drop a little bit more. Some of them actually I think will actually bounce back higher. The Glaceon, for instance, I think will start to tick up. And same with the Cynthia's Ambition, because those two cards I think are going to do incredibly well. And I think also Entei as well. But right now, everyone's opened up Crown Zenith. The prices, some of them are stabilizing, some of them are going up, some of them are going down, and some of them are actually just staying pretty flat. And I do think some of these cards are at a pretty decent price point where it wouldn't be that bad to pick some of them up rather than just spending a lot of money on cracking packs. Now, obviously, cracking packs is great fun, but if you want the singles, now's a good time to pick up some of these cards. But if you want to see me open up some Crown Zenith, then make sure to click on this video right here. And if you want to watch more Pokemon content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That is it from me, guys, in this video. As always, you guys are the legends, and I'll see you all in the next one.